Welcome back to Med-Tech Insights. We're a few weeks removed from Med-Tech Expo 2026, where we again hosted the pitch competition in partnership with NIHR, featuring exhibitors from the popular startup zone. Today, I'm joined by the winner of this year's competition, Jacqui O'Connor, founder and CEO of MedScan 3D. Jacqui, congratulations, first of all, on winning the pitch competition. And before we get into the questions about MedScan 3D, how was your experience of the startup zone and of the pitch competition? Because I know you said after the event that the pitch was pushing yourself out of your comfort zone a bit. So what was that experience like?
Yeah, firstly, thank you. I'm very happy to have won the pitch and quite surprised, but yeah, always a nice surprise. Yeah, the actual startup zone was great because you're up on the little pedestal. People tend to see you a little bit more and you're with fellow startup people. So you get to chat. And then if they're at their stand, they tend to nearly come up to your stand. So we got lots of traction at the stand. At one point, we were told we were the busiest stand. So we were very happy about that. We were talking continuously. So then for the actual pitch itself, I was so focused on the stand, and I also did a 20-minute keynote the day before. It was nearly at the back of my mind. I was like, oh, I'll think about it when it happens. Then it happened, and I was quite blown away by the other contestants because their products were so amazing and technical and based in hospitals. Again, I was quite surprised. But again, yeah, I was pushed out of my comfort zone to stand up there, and it's such a short pitch as well. But it was great, supportive. It didn't feel competitive. It felt very supportive, and yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it.
And for those who weren't there, can you just describe what MedScan 3D does?
Sure. So we're a company based in Southern Ireland, but we also have a base in the UK, and we supply anatomical models, both silicone and 3D printed, to medical device companies and hospitals and clinicians. The majority of what we do are for medical device testing. So for their actual devices to see if they can make sure that it's validated and their design is correct at each stage of the process. And then for clinicians and hospitals, it's more for surgical planning and also for training and education and training. So that's mostly what we do.
Now, in your pitch, you described 3D MRI and CT scans as a flat plane of something that is 3D and complex. How does MedScan 3D bridge that gap and transform a patient's raw medical data into a tangible model that a surgeon can hold?
Yeah, so I think that's the gap in the market when I set this company up. So I worked as a surgical rep, so I often saw the frustration with surgeons not being able to interpret the depth of the scale of the scan. And then I thought maybe if they had a 3D print of it, it would help. So it allows basically them to hold the patient's anatomy, which is obviously 3D and very complex compared to seeing it on a screen. Now, the screen, the MRI and the CT scan is what they diagnose with. This is the main part of what they utilize. So we're not saying this is instead of a scan. This is very much as an add-on to the scan. And manufacturing it allows them to mimic the patient's anatomy. And really, they can do a run through of the surgery then in their hands. So it allows it going from, as you said, a flat screen, so pixels, like you're looking at your screen, to something that's physical in their hands. So it gives an extra dimension to what they're seeing.
Now, these models aren't just rigid plastics, they are made from highly specialised silicone. How is the tactile feel of human tissue replicated so a clinician can realistically use it in practice surgery?
Silicone is the most widely used material for a vascular system. So a lot of what we do is internal vascular systems. Due to the FDA, they would give this as the indication of this is the material you should use. So we can do this in lots of different Shore values from 0 up to 90, depending on the hardness. Then we'll mix different materials in, like hard plastic for calcifications. We're also doing different layers from muscle and fat. We're starting to venture into how do we compact these models into a more realistic manner. So the vessels themselves, which is a lot of what we provided, are not just free floating in the air. They are within a body's system. So we are looking at advancing this now with extra layers and different kind of realism for training purposes.
Now, before anything gets 3D printed, your team handles segmentation, the process of converting the raw scan into the 3D blueprint. Why is this stage so critical, and how does your expertise here eliminate guesswork in the operating theatre?
So again, the scan is the most important part of this process. If we receive a scan that's pixelated, or if it doesn't have as many slices that will give it a clear imagery, it's going to lead to poor segmentation, which will lead to poor print. So getting a clear image or a clear scan at the start is really important. And then the segmentation part is really the magic, I suppose. So we are partnered with Materialize, which are the top segmentation company in the whole world. So they are CE marked and FDA approved. So all of their segmentation pathways align to ensure that you get an accurate outcome from your segmentation. And also there's a lot of training that goes involved from receiving the scan and understanding the different anatomies. And sometimes what we receive, we might not have really worked with that anatomy before, which is rare now because we're very heavily involved with the cardiovascular and neurovascular system. But say something obscure like a tumor, which would be very anatomically specific, it will take a lot longer because we have to make sure that we're getting the accurate anatomy before we can go to print. And we'll always get sign off as well, just to note, we'll always get sign off from our either engineer within the medical device company or the surgeon within the hospital. So they always get final say on what we've produced to ensure that it represents what they're seeing in the scan.
Now, you've previously described MedScan 3D as a complete turnkey solution handling scan conversion, CAD adaptation, and manufacturing all under one roof. Why is keeping that entire pipeline in-house such a massive differentiator compared to competitors in Asia or the US?
Firstly, I suppose what we provide is a suite of services. So as you said, the segmentation, the printing, so printing in any type of material. We have access on site to pretty much all 3D printers as we have our sister company 3D Technology in-house with us. So we share an office space with them. And then silicone, we've CNC machining, we've scanning. So we've every kind of technology to hand, which means as well we're adaptable. We adapt very quickly to the new technologies that are coming out. And there's always new technologies. So often hospitals and medical device companies are a step behind there because they're focusing on either the patient or the device. So we're the ones keeping up with the times. And then also for our customers, that fast turnaround is really important, and quality control and confidentiality is really important as well. So we ensure to align with all of that. And we're at ISO 13485 and 9001. So we are certified for those as well. So it allows our customers to ensure that we're within keeping of the clinical kind of adaptations.
Now, you also do a lot of work with global medical device giants like Boston Scientific and Medtronic, both who have bases in Ireland. What has the feedback been like from these companies, and how have your models helped them?
Yeah, so they're probably two of our biggest customers, Medtronic and Boston Scientific. And like you said, they're on our doorstep, which makes communication and delivery very easy. We often hand deliver models because they're up against tight timelines. They have been really generous with their time and making sure that we really understand what they need. And they always then come back with the feedback from their clinicians. So we directly don't talk to their clinicians, but they make sure that we understand what comes back. So we might not get it perfect on the first round. We might say this part of the anatomy was perfect, but here they were saying it wasn't exactly accurate. So it's great because then we can go back and feed that into the model and then we'll refine it. So there's a lot of kind of work in developing these. It's not usually a click and buy, but we very much work with them back and forth. So they will then come back and say, yeah, this has reduced our time for surgery, or it's reduced our testing cycle time. And then the clinicians will say, yeah, this is realistically what we feel when we're either in a cadaver course or in actually the patient's anatomy. So for us, that link is really important, that we get that feedback from them and then implement it to our next model.
You said in your pitch that you need around 2 million in investment to expand properly, and what you've achieved so far has been on a bit of a shoestring budget. What does the immediate future look like as you look to scale the company and hit this goal?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of reflection on investment because it's such a difficult route. And because we're revenue generating, if investment came to our door, we would definitely consider it. And the 2 million would do a lot to get us up to speed a lot quicker. So we would be able to grow our team, we'd be able to expand our manufacturing capability and invest in other services within the kind of 3D printing world, such as automation or defense, and then also sprawl into the UK more than what we have done. And we have achieved quite a lot on that shoestring, and we feel that we can continue doing that, but it would just scale it at a quicker and faster pace. So accelerate with a bigger facility and expand internationally quicker.
No, that's it for my questions. Thank you very much for your time. I think it's incredible what MedScan 3D has achieved so far. I look forward to see where it goes in the future. For anyone who wants to get in contact, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so info@medscan3d.ie is our kind of general email address, but also check me out on LinkedIn. I like to post a lot there. So Jacqui O'Connor on LinkedIn.
Great. Thank you very much for your time. See you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.